Okay, Annie, so the last part is the mistake review, okay? Here's where we're going to run through briefly some of the things that these are again all related to the dialogue, and this is related to both the questions and also what Peter has experienced in his team, okay?
Okay.
So should I read this out for you aloud, or do you want to read this?
Mm, I think um I think I can understand the gist and the words so far because I have already done it in the previous that a pre like the test
The
they have.
pre-class assessment.
Yeah, the pre-test. Yeah, yes.
Great. So essentially in the pre-class assignment, what was like you said, you have already completed that one. And
Yeah.
one of the key parts over here, these are like the correct answers in brackets to the pre-class assignment. All right.
Okay.
So we go through this one briefly.
Okay.
This would the correct response in that situation would be that many companies let their workers change to different teams. And that this is important for a few reasons. So when workers feel stuck in their jobs, they may not be happy. And this is again strictly related to job satisfaction, right? This is what we covered earlier. They may not feel happy about that. So if the workers do not feel happy, they might want to change their jobs, and they're often engaged in jobs that feel odd to them or that are boring. They don't reach their full potential. When companies allow job transfers, they can maintain good working force. And that's essential actually for any company, because to continuously hire and retrain new workforce is actually very expensive. That goes on the company's budget. So this helps reduce turnover. We touched that one briefly, worker turnover. The goal for any human resource department of a company should be to reduce worker turnover as much as possible. Because like I said, training workforce is extremely expensive, actually.
Yes.
And if a company has a high working turnover or turnover rate, actually, then it's likely that the working environment isn't very good. And we often refer to this as a toxic working environment. So turnover is when workers leave for new jobs. Keeping good workers is good for a company because it saves time and money. Again, I just said that exactly, right?
Yes.
And it also allows companies to keep valued experience within their own organization. Losing talented workers can be costly. That's the main factor. Worker turnover or a high turnover rate really is a massive expense for any company.
Be costly. They can.
Exactly. Cost.
Yes. Mm.
It's expensive to hire and train new staff. That's a massive problem.
Yes.
All right. So the second question, do you remember how you responded to that one?
Mm, I yeah, I I I don't remember.
All right. The ideal
Yeah.
response over here would be one reason companies support moving workers to new jobs is that it helps them learn new skills. And this is true. If you've been with a company for a long time and you transfer departments internally, you can apply skills that you picked up in your previous role and apply to a new department. And this is relevant because companies can be very, very big, and they can have many different departments. So if you have experience across different departments, that's actually very good for your own professional development, but also for the team in itself, for every team that you are part of. If you apply skills that you picked up in a previous role to the new one in a new team. So, and that is essentially what this is stated over here. Learning to do new things, good for the worker because they gain more experience. That's professional and personal experience, helps the company how by further professionally developing their own workforce. All right.
Okay.
So workers that develop a many different skills, they develop a sort of skill set that is applied to that one company across different positions. So promotions and moving on to different teams, they are always a very good method that companies can utilize in order to develop their own workforce professionally.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
and again, that also links in with workforce. Next one. So, next one is that. What do you remember what you responded to the third question?
I remember I chose C.
Okay. So the correct response is that one over here. Another reason for allowing transfers is to keep the workers happy. That is in regard to job satisfaction, right? If employees know they can change jobs, they may feel more excited about their work, and they may see the company as a place that cares about their happiness or professional progression. That means career development. This can make a better work environment where employees feel appreciated. All right. So when workers feel valued, they are more likely to work hard. Not necessarily, but in most cases, ideally, yes, that will be the case. They may also feel less stressed. So reducing stress can also help employees to perform better. When they are happy, they may stay with the company longer. Again, it reduces the workers' turnover rate. Okay?
Yes.
All of these are linked to the core part. Reduce working turnover. That is the core part. Exactly. That should be the core interest of any company.
Yes.
So, and the last one over here. Finally, letting employees move can help companies deal with changes. Businesses often face new challenges and needs. When employees can move between teams, companies can fill important jobs quickly. This flexibility is important for success. So in conclusion, allowing workers to transfer within a company is good for both employees and employers. It helps workers grow. It also helps them keep happy and allows companies to adapt to change. So, and this is actually crisis management. All right. So if you wanted to give this a head word, an umbrella term, then this will be crisis management.
You mean crisis?
Crisis,
Crisis.
C-R-I-S-I-S.
Crisis management. Oh,
Exactly.
I get it.
Because business environments, they are ever changing and ever evolving. So if you notice that suddenly, for whatever reason, you have one employee that's underperforming in a job they were previously overperforming in, they can be moved to another team. They can shift the team and continue working, like developing their skill or applying a skill that they have picked up on that job they previously excelled in without really having to let them go.
Yeah, to dig deeper of their potential capability.
And sometimes people might actually feel fatigued about a job they have been performing for a very long time term. So sometimes it's not even actually that the job has changed or the environment has changed, but workers might actually get fatigued. That means tired or of their job or their position. So to change, to let people, give them the option to change roles is actually extremely important for professional and career development from that aspect and that perspective.
Yes, I agree with that.
Absolutely. Good. So
Yeah.
next one.
Okay.
These are just a couple of questions, okay? What is the main topic regarding employee transfers? And we have A, B, C, and D over here.
Yeah, I choose B.
You chose
sorry, I
B?
chose B. Yeah, I chose B.
Okay.
Yeah.
For workers and companies. And that is correct. So B, employee transfers are important for workers and companies, as we have just analyzed, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like my
So,
pre-class test, I done it uh like a full mark. So the question 1 to 6, I've done it. Yeah, I completely done
oh,
it, and
fantastic.
yeah, I got a full mark.
Great.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
do you want to skip this part then, or do you still want to go through it?
Um, I think like for example, I want to may I translate to see if my understanding is correct in the
Well, obviously.
article passage. Yeah.
So do you then we just go over here into that one. Is that correct? Do you want to go to that one straight away?
Okay. Yes. Sure.
Okay. Well, then give me that one. First, we have it in English. You went through this one previously.
Yes.
So that one over here. Exactly. So this is 3 and 4. Then briefly give me either an English or a Chinese overview over what this states.
Okay. Like the third passage. Mm, the overall is about like uh the decision of the employees they're transferring to another team, and that makes the workers feel valued.
Okay, it makes them feel valued and
Yeah, and
anything
they
else?
will stay with the company uh, 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 if they feel more valued, and they will be happier, so
They
they
will be
will
happy.
might stay with the company longer.
They'll stay with the company longer. Okay, and
Yeah.
then
um uh,
what does that lead to? Like, what's the positive account for the company?
Positive, teacher, you mean positive point?
Exactly. What's the good thing about reducing worker turnover? What's the positive? What's good about that for a company, from a company's perspective?
The cost of training.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
What can a company do with that? Can they reduce it or can they omit it entirely?
Mm, yeah, I can. Yeah, they can just reduce the cost from,
Correct.
yes,
Exactly. Very good. So this can create a better working environment where employees feel appreciated, they feel more valued, likely to work harder, not strictly necessary, but most of the time, right?
yes, yes.
But the most important thing is reduce worker turnover, the turnover rate for a company, which
Turnover rate. Mhm.
exactly subsequently reduces training costs.
Yes. So
But
it's like mutual. How do you say like
mutual
uh
benefit.
yeah 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 yeah. 就是双
Or
方都有。
exactly, 双方都有好处.
Yes.
Or you can phrase it as an adverb and an adjective, and you can state it as mutually beneficial.
Mutually beneficial.
Exactly. Mutually would be the adverb, and beneficial in this case would be the adjective.
Oh, I see. So
Exactly.
it's like companies' employees will be mutually beneficial. Yeah.
They will,
Mm.
well, reducing turnover rate would be mutually beneficial for both the company and its employees. That's how you would state it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Exactly. So, and then the last part, do you want to give me a small run over in that one, either in Chinese or in English, whichever you feel more comfortable with?
This is a conclusion part. So based
Correct.
on the whole passage, and they made a clear conclusion that allowing workers to transfer within the company. Yeah, it's good for both employees and employers.
Why? They give a reason. They give a reason. Why is that good for both employees and the company?
Oh, because it will make the employers, make the employees for more like the company will value their skills and their expertise, so they can just learn new skills between teams. Yeah,
But
and
they still apply it within the same environment, right?
they can apply and contribute to the company. So at the company's aspect, this is both good for company itself and the employees.
Exactly. Because again, it reduces training costs.
Yeah, reduce training costs. Yes.
That would occur if you hired an entirely new employee from outside, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
And this is about professional development.
Yeah, thank you, teacher. That's very, yeah, it's very clear and valid. You have learned a
All
lot.
right, great. So that is with it then for this presentation. And I am therefore going to stop sharing my screen. And if you don't have any questions left, then we go until here today.